All right, there, folks. Looks like we got another match here for you, and
Whack.
kind of, kind of interestingly enough, it is a battle of the undefeateds in round 5. Jonathan Ciccarelli on Dimir control, just pure blue black,
Wow.
and then Harrison Bates on Temur Delver,
Pure teamer.
pure Temur.
Hashtag.
Yeah. It's a given. Josh, hot takes? Anything?
I don't know what's in a Dimir control deck if there's not disinformation campaign.
That I mean, you hit it on the nose there, man. Just to be honest with you, I have no idea either. It looks like he just took a Grixis Delver deck, or a Grixis control deck, and removed every single red card, and
And then put in what?
then put in.
Disinformation campaign?
That's a great question. He didn't add. Oh, he added Spell Pierce.
That's not that good. That's not really what you
Yeah,
want
I
in your
really don't know.
control deck.
I really don't know. He's got True. Oh, he's got True Nemesis. Okay, so I guess that's kind of like the upgrade.
So is it a Delver deck?
No, it's 4 Baleful Strix, 2 Snapcaster Mage, 3 True Name, and 2 Gurmag, 2 Liliana, 2 Jace as your like win cons. And then yeah, he's got like 4 Brainstorm, 4 Ponder. It looks very standard.
Blue cards.
Yeah, blue cards, and then like 2 Thoughtseize to him, a Toxic Deluge. Nothing super out of the ordinary. Even the sideboard doesn't get too much better. I mean, he has like engineered explosives that can only tap for, or that only get 2 counters. Like back to, he gets to play back to basics. I totally didn't think about that.
Sure.
Okay, sure. Yeah, he's less susceptible to Wasteland, but that's about it.
Yeah, it seems pretty medium.
I mean, what's pretty medium is both of these players going to 5 right now.
Who does that favor?
I think it favors the Delver deck, to be honest.
I would say it favors the player with him in their deck,
Oh wow, him is a powerful magic card. That's true.
assuming he finds one. And,
Yeah.
And actually has it in his deck post board.
Oh, it seems good against Delver in general, but yeah.
Sure. I
Um,
mean, it's just they're likely to deploy their hand fairly fast.
True. And then I think also in Harrison's case, I mean, let's talk a little bit about the sideboard. So here for against Temur, when you're facing down like Nimble Mongoose, like I think there's a temptation to want to bring in like graveyard type hate, but I don't
Nah.
think you need it. Yeah, I don't think you need it. Engineered Explosives is actually excellent versus Delver anyway, so I'd like that. Back to Basics also equally excellent versus Delver. I'd like that.
So he's got engineered explosives in his 2-color deck.
Yeah. I mean, like I was saying a little bit
Bold
earlier,
move.
it only goes up to 2, which is bold move Cotton. But you know what? It's gonna pay off here. I think it's actually fine here.
Yeah, sure, it's okay versus all the various Delver strategies that we see floating around the room.
I don't mind Marsh Casualties out of Jonathan Ciccarelli's sideboard either. Spell Pierce is probably fine. I think Spell Pierce is like better than Force of Will in this particular matchup. But yeah.
So we've got a. I think if I saw that right, we've got a 5-lander versus a no-lander.
Who's got the 5-lander?
Ciccarelli.
Oh, nice. And is Harrison debating his? Probably.
Looks like he is. I'm not sure who's on the. I think Harrison's on the play because he took the first mulligan. He does have several cantrips, so he could, look to scry something
he could
to
scry.
the top.
He could scry to the top. He's like, nah.
Nah,
There's
he's
like
gonna take it.
there's no world post Git Probe at least. There's no world post Git Probe where you can keep a no lander unless you're Dredge.
Yeah, or Death Shadow. Like, you can still cycle
Straight
Wraiths
Wraiths?
and all that.
Yeah, I guess that's like again like the exception being pay 2 life draw card. Like that's like the only time I could see that happen.
They banned Git Probe in Legacy too.
Why are you so upset?
It's the only decks I played in Legacy wanted to play that card.
So then you don't have to play Legacy anymore, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's why I'm not playing today. Thanks, Wizards.
Watsy, you done good. All right, so Harrison going to 4 here has a land and keep like I think he just snap kept whatever was playable, huh?
Well, he kept 2 lands, 2 somethings, which seems fine.
Yeah, no threat, but a brainstorm seems okay. I mean, if Jonathan has a is this a where's
So Harrison has Stifle in his deck, and he did find one there. So it looks like he was brainstorming to the Stifle.
yeah, he's gonna stifle that. Oh, big yikes!
John has plenty of lands.
Oh, was he the 5-lander guy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, so Jonathan going down to 18 here.
So gonna fire off one of these fetches. I think he has a Thoughtseize in his hand. So he may see that one go here.
That's probably reasonable. All right, cool. So I actually like Harrison's play there. I think given the limited amount of resources on both sides of the table, you have to fight pretty aggressively. Is that Loam? Oh, it's Dismember. Okay.
Don't want to take either of those cards.
No, but it is what it is. Just get rid of it. I mean, Jonathan plays Gurmag Anglers, right? So it's fine. Like you just take it now and then never have to worry about it. Now it's Harrison's turn. Is that a Ponder?
Yeah, Drew Ponder.
Wow, that's a great draw.
Fine one.
Yeah.
So you can set up this Ponder here. finds a goose, a daze, and another daze. That's it's okay.
I think I just want the goose. I mean, you don't have a choice. You're
Yeah,
gonna
no,
you take the goose.
the unfortunate thing here is if you take the goose, you end up with 2 dazes as well,
Ooh.
and we'll see him probably get John here on the Strix.
I mean, John doesn't have a ton of choice, right? Like he probably just has to run out the Strix regardless of what's going on Harrison's side. But like,
I mean, he has plenty of time, and he knows that Harrison has this punishing fire, so I might just wait.
Jonathan disagrees. There's also an edict in Jonathan's hand. I think he's in reasonable shape. Oh, he
Like-
draws double. He's Harrison choosing to go for the days. I think it's because he knows the goose is somewhat tiny anyway, so it's okay.
Well, he's 1 card away from actually having. Well, now he has
Now he has-
threshold.
Threshold achieved. All right. Well, and now I think Harrison's gotten tempoed out a little bit.
Yeah,
Even though he's the one with the days deck.
He's unfortunately had to keep both of those dazes, which he probably would have preferred like literally any other
Literally
card.
any other card, yeah.
Um,
Even land is probably fine because then you can cast more spells, double
Yeah.
spell and stuff like that.
and we'll probably see him fire this daze if John goes for this ponder.
It seems so bad though.
Yeah, I mean
yeah.
it's
I don't like dazing up that ponder. Like there are points where you like daze cantrips, but I don't think this is one of them.
yeah,
I think unfortunately you have. Ooh, that is a sick draw.
that's a good one.
That is a fantastic draw. Yeah, man, that's what happens when you keep the double days. I guess you just get rewarded and you get stuff underneath it. So yeah, I think actually things are about even. But if this and there's not going to be a Jace, right?
Not
Oh, this is Ponder. Oh, really? Not Thoughtseize? Oh, I guess you don't need to. It doesn't. The Thoughtseize doesn't matter.
Yeah, John knows one of the cards, which is the punishing fire,
Mhm.
and probably doesn't care. Like he has another snap in hand as well, so he can just Thoughtseize the next turn.
This is a very very strong Sylvan library from Harrison. It finds 3 spells on top. He can't really afford to just he took 1 hit from this from the Strix. He can't really afford to take the 8. I don't think. Not facing like 3 damage a turn like this. He has
unless there's if there's like a mongoose among those cards or something that blocks. Okay,
sure.
Looks like he's gonna take 4.
He's gonna take 4 for it. Yeah, and I think the 8 is a hard ask, but I think this is acceptable.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't really find anything that good off of the top 3 cards.
Well, arguably off the top 3, yes, but he does find a Grove here, so
Yeah, he finds a Grove for his punishing fire, I guess.
I mean, it's gonna be fine. The thing is, I think what's cool about this particular take on Delver, if you guys haven't looked at his deck list yet, I highly suggest you do. Actually, Harrison is on a Punishing Fire Delver list, and what I like about it is that it has game against Planeswalkers, which the Delver decks don't always. You know what I mean? Like they're just not super built to go long and play against Planeswalkers. But Harrison's deck is. It not only can it disrupt them on the stack, but once they've resolved, he can actually mess with them a little bit. The Punishing Fires add up.
All right, Brainstorm from John.
Yep.
And
So-
he's still kind of holding off on this Jace.
I like it. The patient play here is going to reward him because he's got a clock. It's not like the fastest clock, but he's got a clock, and the Jace is good insurance for if things go sideways. So we have Jonathan going to 13 off this fetch here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think we have Jonathan. I have Jonathan going on
So it
13.
looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fetches and 1 Thoughtseize.
Looks like 13 to me. I have Harrison at 7 because he just took 3 from 10. So I hope that's correct. This is game 3, by the way, guys. So this is 100% confirming someone for top 8.
Yeah, whoever wins here.
Yeah. There's
is
no
a lock.
Yeah, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. This is a lock for top 8. So, I mean, we're kind of it's developing well for Jonathan. I don't mind where he's at. Here's another Snapcaster Mage.
So I think we're gonna get the Thoughtseize this time.
I think I was gonna say this one looks like a good Thoughtseize, and it's gonna meet it's probably gonna meet the days because that leaves Harrison the ability to hold up the Punishing Fire, because he does need to answer this board.
Yeah, he could do that. He could just Punishing Fire and let the Thoughtseize resolve.
Yeah, your spells aren't like that great, right?
Spell Pierce and Daze are not really spells you want to protect.
You're right.
You just like let him take the 2, let him take one of your shitty counter spells.
Yeah, I suppose that's fair. And then like as I mentioned, like we can. Can I read this card? Yeah, we can. We can. This is a raceable hand, right? Like the punishing fire is available, but it's
Yeah, it's slow.
it's slow, and then Jonathan gets to come back up in health. So the Thoughtseize kind of pays for itself to an extent. But as we know, Harrison's got some sweet ones here. He's
Is that
seeing
a-
3 cards a turn. He sees that brainstorm. He sees a pyroblast and another
Oh,
daze.
it's a Pyroblast.
He keeps the daze, which is interesting.
And those cards are all bad.
Double daze, not gonna do it, I don't think. So he's gonna just go ahead and punishing fire this Snapcaster out of the way. An acceptable trade.
Sure.
And I think also Harrison is just insulating himself against a Jace here, because that would definitely be very good against him.
Yeah.
Well, sort of half good against him because
Well,
of the
This gives him like the double protection if John has like another land
Yeah.
and is able to land a Jace or whatever. So you got a Baleful Strix coming down and a Thoughtseize.
Whatever.
Take one of these dazes.
Yeah, actually, I don't love Jonathan's position. He's like this punishing fire is actually super super sick for Harrison. So there's a fetch land. I don't hate that.
Yeah,
I think I want to shuffle this top for sure.
I don't mind taking I was gonna say I don't mind taking the Pyroblast.
He can't go to 2, can he? Oh, I guess he. Well, he can't go to 2 because. Yeah, because he's gonna kill one of these
It
Strix.
looks like he has himself at 6.
Then I must have given him life, or I must have taken away extra life when I shouldn't have. So he's at 6. Okay, so he's actually in decent shape. It goes to 5. So he gets one. He actually gets one more hit with this. Oh no, he doesn't
No,
because he has a fetch
has a
land.
fetch.
Yeah. So this is a fetch.
Alright.
Did Harrison draw a Spell Pierce?
He
No,
has
we
the
know he didn't.
Pyroblast.
Oh right, yeah. Pyroblast is very good against this board, and now we're at, this is what I was talking about too. Like the punishing fire really sets this deck apart. I mean, it gives him so many avenues of attack. And
Well-
now if he gets a Mongoose going, what's that? Is that Cindervines?
I think it might be.
Ooh, that's big.
Could potentially blow up that Baleful Strix.
Yeah, you're right.
Sick damages.
Yeah, sick damages. So now Harrison, we know Harrison has Daze. Does Jonathan have a backup spell in his hand? What does he have?
I think it's unknown at the moment.
Fair enough. It's been on the table, actually. Yeah. Only Jonathan knows.
True Name is pretty good. Although I feel like you're sort of incentivized to get the Strix off the table.
At 4 life, I think so as well.
Well,
Well, no, he doesn't have a
yeah,
burn.
John doesn't have bolts, so there's that.
All right. So does John have the Edict? He has one in the bin.
I think he actually does have it.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got Toxic Delusion Edict as 2 cards.
Okay.
Oh, True Name is good here.
Actually, True Name might be better. True Name might be just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, I mean that closes the game out.
That is yeah, that's lethal next turn.
And I believe John knows that the card in Harrison's hand is Daze.
Is Daze. Yep. Is there a card in Harrison's deck that answers this? I don't think so. So yeah, I think we're gonna see this was a tight one down the stretch. Sylvan Library, hell of a Magic card.
Yeah. So the only card that Harrison could have that answers this is it Staticaster out of the board.
Yeah, to target his own
Is to
True Name
target his
Nemesis.
own-
Yep.
Yeah.
And yeah, Harrison extends it. I mean,
Which actually I don't even know if you can target your own stuff with Staticaster. You might be able to.
that's a fair point. So this is a crazy thing. So Harrison. Oh no, actually, it doesn't matter if you target your own thing because it's still it's still protection. You're like
oh sure.
yeah. So anyway, so Harrison.
No
We have
damage.
to remember Harrison was on a mold of 4 there, and that game looked fairly competitive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, John was on a mold of 5 as well. Like
Yeah,
they were both
that's
kind
true.
of struggling from low resources.
Mhm. And Sylvan Library single-handedly pulled Harrison out of that. It let him find Grove, which turned on his punishing fire and allowed him to continue like managing the board, giving him more time with his Sylvan Library, and really just overall just was overperformed in that match. I think I was really impressed by his Sylvan Library there.
Yeah.
I think that's a more recent inclusion than like the punishing fire. That's like brand new. I've seen that like now and again, but not in the same style deck.
Yeah. Well, I think the main thing there's we saw like the Sylvan Library was kind of pulling him out of being down on resources, but there were just a lot of like cards he didn't want on the top of his deck.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah, and
which
no
is
ways
kind
to-
of like what we see with this kind of like mixed strategy.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a Delver deck, but he also has tools to go long and like Punishing Fire and Sylvan Library
Sure,
and
sure.
whatnot. But he still has Stifles in his deck.
Yeah.
Like that's he did get one of John's lands, but he's like seeing him on top of his deck with the Sylvan Library, and like that's just a waste of a slot. Like he's
Yeah.
never gonna want that.
Yeah, you're never gonna want that past turn 1, right? Like, and even on turn or 2, even on turn 1 or 2, it's like still just okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Jonathan takes a 2-1 there, and it looks like we're gonna wrap it up here. That was 2 matches, not bad.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Going to
Thanks,
round
guys.
6.
Gonna go to round 6, guys. So that's the last match in our Swiss. We will also be covering the top 8. So stay tuned for
No,
round 6.
We still have round 6.
That's what I mean. Yeah, top 6 in the top.
That
round
will
6 in the
be-
top 8.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys. Bye.